You wanted. I found a Real Clear Politics survey here. I'm gonna bust through it. Anyway, I don't know how to intro this thing. Threat to democracy, constant threat to democracy. But what is a threat to democracy? Limiting human beings' free speech? That would be a threat to democracy. Let's talk censorship. I found a Real Clear Politics poll that tells us the breakdown of who supports free speech and who doesn't support free speech. Some of what is dividing these differences is generational, as millennials and Gen Zs have come of age in a digital age environment in which reasonable expectations of privacy seem a relic of the past. Those under 30 are most open to censorship by the government. Kimball noticed, adding that 42% of this cohort deem it more important to them that the government protect national security than guard the right to free expression.
Do you think social media platforms should be able to censor our speech?
I'm against censorship, but then I also see when people are like, oh, is harmful information being spread? Is hate speech being spread? So it's a difficult conversation. When I'm going free speech, I say no. But if it's private and you have the right to do it and you have the right to filter what you want on your platform, then I guess you have the right to do that.
So without going into a lot of length about your perspective, I just want us to go down the line with a quick yes or no to this question. Should the government regulate social media?
Yes. I say no.
Yes.
Yes.
I definitely am at a yes or no, but my gut says no.
Republican voters, 74%, and independents, 61%, believe speech should be legal under any circumstance, which Democrats are almost evenly divided. Painting with a broad brush, Democrats grant significantly more deference to government than do Republicans when it comes to regulating free speech.
The sad part of it is that the truth is they want more censorship. They want more censorship by online platforms of disfavored views, of what they consider hate speech, of the so-called deplorables. So the Democrats and liberals were the party of free speech for most of my life. And that really starts to change with the rise of cancel culture and wokeism in the 2010s or so.
But times have changed, and we're now seeing that the Democrat Party vastly supports the stifling of free speech.
Information pollution. And the polluters are trying to deflect blame. Dishonest cries of censorship are filling Fox's airwaves with charges that these guys right here are being suppressed. The word censorship's been invoked almost 400 times on Fox this month alone, and more than 300 times on Newsmax.
By the way they're handling things, the Democrat Party, they are making anything that they don't support a threat to democracy. And so free speech is now a threat to democracy.
Some of it has to do with political and financial forces that are deliberately manipulating and spreading falsehoods that can have, really dire consequences. The good news is, I think that everybody's identifying this now as a problem, partly because of what we've seen with the anti-vax movement online, what happened after January 6th, and the mythology that somehow last presidential election wasn't fair.
I think he reminded us that there's choices made in every piece of tech that gets built, in every piece of software that's compiled. If we can leverage those choices to be not around our anxieties and fears, but to be around hope, I think we can start taking the right steps in a direction that regulates what's happening in the world out there so that democracy is ensured for everyone.
The history that a lot of people don't really understand is that the Democrat Party was the South. The Democrat Party was the Confederacy. The Democrat Party was the party that forced slavery into the Constitution and forced that it be allowed, or they would not have joined. Thomas Jefferson believed in freedom of speech, and he was one of the founding members of the Democrat Party in the United States. And yet the Democrat Party and the woke of our country have canceled their founding father.
The statue of Thomas Jefferson in the city council chamber has been removed. The statue was taken down from its pedestal earlier today to be moved to the New York Historical Society.
34% of the Democrat Party believes that Americans have too much freedom. The freest country in the world, the country made for freedom, made from freedom, is now too free for the party that never wanted to be free.
Check you later. Check you later.